Well, viewers, to start off with, the BJP and Southern India love story that just hasn't taken off yet despite the saffron party's push over the years. Now, this election season, however, the efforts have become multifold. Prime Minister's, several visits to Tamil Nadu, BJP's excessive admiration for the Tamil language, an extension of Modi persona on the ground in the form of Annamalai. But the question still remains, will the BJP be able to really dislodge the Dravidian model? BJP's strategy and campaign focus is starkly different from that of the DMK-led alliance. Now, this divergence could really lead to unintended consequences for the BJP, potentially bolstering the DMK's electoral prospects rather than weakening them. Now, firstly here, viewers, the BJP's emphasis on national level issues such as the Kachatibu Island dispute, its attempts to portray DMK as neglecting Tamil interests may resonate differently with voters compared to the DMK's localized concerns. Now, the electorate in Tamil Nadu is known for its strong regional identity and attachment to issues quite directly impacting the state's welfare. Now, while the BJP's attempts to capitalize on emotive issues might attract some sort of a support, it could also really alienate voters who prioritized state-specific concerns over national agendas. Secondly, the BJP's assertion of its love for the Tamil language and culture, coupled with the launch of development projects, could, inadvertently reinforce the perception of the party as an outsider. Now, despite its efforts to really portray itself as sympathetic to the local sentiments, the BJP's historical association with the Hindi-speaking states and its relatively recent entry into Tamil Nadu politics might hinder its acceptance among voters who perceive the party as lacking deep roots in the state. Moreover, the BJP's alignment with similar regional parties like the PMK, the MMK, the Tamil Manila Congress might also not significantly dent the DMK's electoral prospects. Now, these alliances could moreover dilute the anti-DMK vote bank rather than consolidating it, thereby probably inadvertently strengthening the DMK's position. Well, overall, the BJP's campaign strategy in Tamil Nadu might not resonate strongly with the electorate compared to the DMK's emphasis on the state-specific concerns and welfare policies. If anything, BJP might probably even eat into AIADMK vote share and build on the anti-DMK sentiment. But a breach into the Dravidian fortress might be a distant dream for the BJP. But that's not stopping them from going all out this time. So the biggest question today, of course, remains, with the Prime Minister, of course, making his 7th visit to Tamil Nadu, how much of a gain is there going to be for the BJP? We spoke to Tamilisai Soundararajan earlier. Let's listen into what she had to say.
It's the 7th time the PM is visiting Tamil Nadu since 2014, since the new year. So the DMK and the ADMK, they are alleging that these visits are politically motivated and that the BJP is trying to win at least 1 or 2 seats in Tamil Nadu, and they think this image of the Prime Minister is going to help the local unit of the BJP.
No, what bothers them, no, it's a political party. And our Honorable Prime Minister visit draws more crowd and people are more affectionate towards him and people love him. And he also loves the people of Tamil Nadu, and he always narrates the Tamil poem, and he always touches Tirukural, and we are very emotionally attached to him. People are very emotionally attached to him. So now the Dravidian parties are thinking that they are exposed, and now they are worried because they were hiding all the corruption charges and all the negative aspects, and they are boasting as they were good with good administration, with good governance. But whenever our Honorable Prime Minister comes here, he exposes them. So really they are worried, but we are very happy.
YG Madhuvanti of the BJP is with us today. A. Saravanan from the DMK also joining us. Dr. Narayan Laksman, Associate Editor, The Hindu, is with us today. Before I go across to my guests, Dharani, who of course has been reporting extensively this election season from Tamil Nadu, joins us also on the broadcast. Dharani, you've been of course travelling different parts of Tamil Nadu. You've covered multiple campaigns of the Prime Minister, 7th one now in the recent past. How do you really look at the impact that the Prime Minister is having in Tamil Nadu, the BJP is having in Tamil Nadu?
Well, as I'm talking right now, the PM has reached this particular spot where I'm standing. His campaign vehicle is, coming here. You can see in the visuals over here, the Prime Minister, is doing a roadshow in Tyagaraya Road in Chennai. So this road connects Panagal Park and Tenampet, and this is an almost 2-kilometer stretch. The Prime Minister is about to, complete the roadshow. He started the roadshow around 6:30 p.m. in the evening, and he is about to complete the roadshow in another few minutes. And you can see in the visuals the kind of crowd that is standing on both sides of the roads. Hundreds and thousands of people from across Chennai and neighboring districts of Kanjipuram, Tiruvallur, Chengalpet, etc. They have come here and they are, giving a grand welcome to the Prime Minister. They are also chanting BJP, slogans praising the BJP and Jai Shri Ram continuously. This is the Prime Minister's 7th visit to Tamil Nadu, and also his first visit after the Lok Sabha election dates were announced. And here he is campaigning for the 3 NDA candidates from Chennai city, that is Paul Kanagaraj from North Chennai, Soundararajan from South Chennai, even from Central Chennai. These are the 3 candidates from the in Chennai, and Tamil Nadu BJP.
Right, Dharani, thank you for bringing us those live pictures. That's the Prime Minister there holding a rally in Tamil Nadu. This is in South Chennai. You can also see, of course, Tamilsai Soundararajan, the former president of the BJP, also former governor who resigned, came back into active politics, now contesting, and the Prime Minister giving, her that extra push. Whether it will resonate with the voters is the question. I'm going to go directly across to the DMK spokesperson, Mr. Saravanan here. Mr. Saravanan, when you look at these kind of crowds that are gathering there in Chennai and in different parts of Tamil Nadu for the Prime Minister, is it any cause of concern for the DMK, or do you feel that this will really fizzle out when the voting actually happens?
Yeah, are you suggesting there are humongous crowds? I don't think, I'm not seeing this kind of crowd. Any other leader from any other ordinary meeting from DMK will attract more crowd than this. I think the BJP is not able to pull out so much of crowd. See, let the Prime Minister come here any number of times. Let the Prime Minister get a house here, stay here for the next 2 years in the state of Tamil Nadu or in the city of Chennai. They will not be able to breach the Dravidian fort. The problem is this. They betray the interest and welfare of the people of Tamil Nadu. Ever since the floods ravaged, we are asking, please give us the flood relief. They said, no, you'll have to wait. You'll have to wait until the central committee makes its recommendation. The committee had made its recommendation. Even then, the BJP is unwilling to release the funds. Our chief minister had alleged that 58,000 crores of money is lying with the NDRF. And we are asking a measly 2,000 crores as interim relief. Why have they not given that money? What is preventing them from doing that? You don't want to care when the state is reeling under severe flood-related damages and come here and seek votes. What kind of a heart you should have? And how do you expect the people will vote for you when you don't give what is due for us? And not only that, any other issue, if you take, they betray the interest of the people of Tamil Nadu. Then how do they think that they will come here if they say that it's a Tamil is in my heart, we love Tamil. When I go to America, I speak in Tamil. I speak about Tamil in America. You think that is going to bring us votes? No. When you are spending 1,600 crores for Sanskrit and 80 crores every year for appointing Hindi teachers. So Classical Language Institute in the state of Tamil Nadu for the language Tamil is languishing without funds. We'll have to write several letters to even appoint the secretary for that Classical Language Institute. This is the kind of apathy you showed towards the state of Tamil Nadu. The first phase of Metro UPA government successfully finished it this year. 9,000 crore rupees is supposed to be released by the union government, the BJP government, for the metro rail project in the city of Chennai.
Okay.
They have not released it.
Mr. Saravanan, interesting. I just want to get your perspective as, while on one hand, multiple times when I've heard DMK spokespersons speak about this issue, They start off by saying there is a Dravidian ideology that is inherent in the people in Tamil Nadu politics, and the BJP and their kind of ideology cannot really penetrate into Tamil Nadu. Then you start getting into other issues. You say, well, the funding has not come in from the center. So which aspect is it that is going to be the downfall of the BJP as per your claim?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. See, we are saying that the BJP cannot, the ideology of the BJP is against the Dravidian ideology, and people profess Dravidian ideology here. That is why they will not be able to breach it. But to overcome that, in a time like this, when the state is reeling under severe distress, even then, I'm saying even then,
These
you are
are
not
two
willing to do
different
this.
issues. So you're saying
Then
both of
where
this
is your
combined is.
position?
So you're
Where-
saying
what
both
will
of
you
this
get?
combined will go against the BJP?
See, that yes, absolutely. There is already apathy. There is already hatred towards the BJP when they do things like this deliberately. AIMS, for example, AIMS. They have built every other AIMS at every other state except the state of Tamil Nadu. For that, they give all these Jumla answers that they want one infectious diseases unit. They want to get fund from Japan. See, the simple answer is this. Everyone in the state of Tamil Nadu knows this, that the PM Cares Fund has so much of money in it. Why can't the Prime Minister have released? It is for exactly such moments when the state is reeling under distress to release the money. How much money did the Prime Minister release from the PM Cares Fund? If it is not for these issues, then why do we have
let me
that
take
fund
this
at all?
across to YG Madhavanti. Mr. Saravanan, point
Yes.
by point, let me have the BJP as well come in, because they will have to defend some of the statements that you're making as well. Madhavanti, first aspect that he spoke about is that it's a Dravidian fortress. Any other ideology does not have, there's no space for any other ideology, is his claim. The other is how there has been a stepmotherly treatment towards Tamil Nadu and the people over the relief or the funding that needs to be given to the state.
Good evening, Deepak, and good evening to my fellow panelists here. I am sorry, but I can only see that Mr. Saravanan seems extremely rattled about the fact that the Dravidian ecosystem, the so-called Dravidian ecosystem that they are talking about, is shaking below their very feet. And that you can see in the rally today. And I'm amazed to understand that he is not able to see a crowd, because the whole of India is seeing the crowd that is standing there. And that's not a crowd that came because people paid them money for a quarter and biryani. That's a crowd that's come there on its own, with women and children standing there to actually cheer for their favorite leader, the Prime Minister of Tamil Nadu, who incidentally is not a cinema personality, because the Dravidian ecosystem and the Dravidian ideology has always promoted only people from cinema into politics. Having said that, I don't know what this Dravidian ecosystem is, this Dravidian model is that they are talking about, because I'm trying to ask people what it means. Nobody seems to have an answer. The Prime Minister of this country has not given stepmotherly treatment to Tamil Nadu. In fact, 11 lakh crore worth rupees of schemes have been given only to Tamil Nadu. The women who have been benefited out of the Mudra loans are the highest number in Tamil Nadu. And for the flood relief, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman released an amount. And when an account was asked as to what they have done with that money, no answer has come from the state government, and they still keep cribbing that more money is yet to be released. And I would like to know, where were these MPs who were supposed to come to these very three constituencies, the South Chennai, Central Chennai and North Chennai constituencies, for which the three candidates are standing along with our PM today on the roadshow and our state president, Shri Annamalai? Where were the DMK MPs? Because the localization of issues is what Tamil Nadu will look at, is what you mentioned, Deepak, earlier before we started the debate. The floods was a local issue. It was an issue that affected every home in Tamil Nadu, and especially in Chennai. And where were the MPs when the people wanted them? There have been instances during this very campaign, for the past 10 days that the campaign has happened and kicked off, where close to 12 to 13 areas, the people have actually asked the DMK candidates to not even enter their areas. So I don't see why people have to keep saying that, BJP is never going to make an entry. BJP has already finished making an entry in Tamil Nadu with 4 MLAs in the Fort St. George as of 2021. And the dent is only going to grow, and the percentage is only going to increase. Let me also mention that Mr. Prashant Kishore, who was the person
Okay.
who made the DMK win in 2021, has categorically said that the BJP is going to have double-digit numbers in as far as percentage of vote share is concerned, and that there are going to be MPs going from Tamil Nadu to the parliament from the BJP-led NDA team. So I don't see why everybody has to talk about BJP not going to win, and everybody knows this is an election which selects the Prime Minister of this country, and we at the NDA are very clear who our Prime Ministerial candidate is, and the people know that if they vote for the MPs here, then in turn he becomes the Prime Minister. Does the India Alliance have a Prime Ministerial candidate? Because Mr. Stalin is saying it's him versus Narendra Modi. So are they announcing Mr. Stalin as the Prime Ministerial candidate for this election? I wonder. Can Mr. Saravanan give me clarity on that?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the reason you're saying to vote for the BJP, because there's a clear face in terms of the Prime Minister.
Absolutely,
Dr.
not
Narayan
just a clear
Laksman,
face of the Prime Minister. But there are there is a lot more that the BJP has done for Tamil Nadu.
Let's bring in Mr. Laksman as well. Okay, Dr. Laksman, we've spoken about this in the course of the last month, probably a couple of times now. When you see multiple campaigns of the Prime Minister, how much of an impact it's really making to help the candidates there? And when you see statements like this being made that the vote share will increase to double digits, there will be MPs moving from Tamil Nadu to Delhi. Do you see that happening?
Well, I think it's a bit of a stretch, Deepak, because definitely I do agree that the vote share increase is likely this time. I don't know about double digits or not. They're starting from a fairly low base of, I think, 3-point-something% from last time. But to talk about seats and sending MPs, I think that's really pushing, hope beyond reality. The reason is, look, I'm not denying that Prime Minister Modi has some popularity here, maybe especially among the younger crowd, those who may not know entirely what the Dravidian movement's history was about. But even the younger voters are mindful of what the DMK is doing on the ground. Mr. Stalin, whatever you feel about the DMK in terms of a family-driven party, so forth, they have actually performed in terms of governance. And I mean, I'm a resident of Chennai. Today, I was driving on the roads, and honestly, I did not see the kind of crowds which you are seeing in the visuals. I'm not denying that those are real. You definitely have the crowds in those streets where the Prime Minister a procession was going. But I was all around the city today for various meetings, and it was quite, in fact, lower traffic than usual. And no people at all. So I doubt some of the claims being made. I think the online campaign and the hype has been very, very strong and effective, maybe in some ways, reaching some parts of the people. But at the end of the day, Indian elections are so highly regarded because they truly reflect what people understand about ground realities. So I do believe that hype will really hit a wall insofar as Tamil Nadu is concerned. And as an observer and a member of the media, I'm curiously watching to see whether the hype fails or whether the hype actually translates into genuine, sort of a surge on the ground. I think that's still an open question.
This hype, Dr. Laksman, is an important aspect to really speak and delve into. Because at the end of the day, with the Prime Minister coming there multiple times, projecting himself, one thing is clear, that he is going to be the leader that they're going to vote for. But when what Madhuvanti said earlier, I think there is a lot of thinking to do on that aspect, that when somebody votes for the DMK or the AIDMK, they don't know who is going to be their Prime Minister. Will that really lead to confusion in the minds of the voters? Well, we are discussing the Prime Minister's impact on Tamil Nadu elections and overall the political scenario there. Saravanan from the DMK is with us. He wanted to just come into the debate. We were just talking about how whether having a personality, having a face for the BJP is an advantage in Tamil Nadu, and whether DMK or the alliance rather not portraying anyone as of now as the Prime Ministerial candidate, whether this will have a bearing on the elections. Mr. Saravanan, you wanted to come in.
Yeah, we are having a parliamentary form of democracy. We are not America, where the presidents hold the entire power. It is the parliament which holds the entire power, and the elected MPs select the prime minister. The BJP, just because it suits their style of electioneering.
Well, Mr. Saravanan, last time Mr. Rahul Gandhi announced himself to be the candidate.
Yes,
the announcement happens multiple times.
Yes, let it happen. I'm saying let it happen. It doesn't mean that it has to happen every time. Different horses for different courses. We know what to do and we know what we are doing. See, the question is this. What begs this election is this. What has the BJP done in the last 10 years? Has the Prime Minister or any of the BJP
No,
leaders
on
ever
this
spoken
aspect,
about
on this
have they
aspect,
done?
Mr. Saravanan,
Any aspect.
on this
Deepak,
aspect, do you
any
think
aspect.
it will play on the
Just a
minds
moment.
of the
See,
voters? Do you feel it will play on the minds of the voters?
Why are you not allowing me to speak? Yeah.
No, you go ahead. I want you to answer
aspect.
to the specific question as well.
Yes, I am answering. Let the people decide whether my answer is to the question or not. Don't you be the arbiter. You are just
Okay,
a moderator.
okay.
See, the question is this. Any aspect, let it be the economical development, social development, harmonical development of our country. What has the BJP done? Has any BJP leader spoken about their contribution in the last 10 years? The Prime Minister still thinks he is in 2014, that he is an aspiring prime ministerial candidate attacking the Congress and the other parties. What has he done? And he is going and seeking votes, stating that you should not vote for Congress. Why? Because they did not come for the inauguration of the Ram Temple. Is this the kind what we expect from a prime minister of a secular country? So why are they doing that? They are doing this because their governance track record is zero. They cannot claim votes on that basis. See, now we have a well-entrenched Dravidian model of governance. We are saying our model is very powerful. Our model is progressive. We were able to beat the entire country's metrics in any index. Let it be a social index, let it be an economic index. We are delivering on the governance. We have been giving welfare schemes. We have been the industrial
But will
hub
the
of the entire
DMK model
country.
be representing the people, but Mr. Saravanan, the Prime Minister, are you saying that Stalin will be representing the people of the country? Because if people are going to look at just the DMK model and vote, because things could change.
Our party will be representing, the DMK party will be representing the interest of the people of Tamil Nadu in the parliament. In the last 10 years, 2004 to 2014, how many schemes we brought in? The metro rail, the much touted metro rail was brought in during the UPA rule. We got the classical language status for the Tamil language during the UPA rule. There are n number of schemes we brought. See, our leader, Mr. M.K. Stalin, asked one question, one pertinent question. And for that, the BJP have no answers. What is a special scheme brought in by the BJP for the state of Tamil Nadu in the last 10 years? In the last 3 years, whatever the industries we have brought in, everything has been brought in by the efforts of the Chief Minister and the bureaucrats who were able to bring in so much of investment. Was the union government instrumental in bringing any one industry for the state of Tamil Nadu in the last 10 years? Nothing. They said we are bringing in the defense corridor. Defense corridor here and defense corridor in, I think, Uttar Pradesh. How much money has been invested here for the defense corridor except the much tom-tommed announcement? There is nothing more. We have announced the defense corridor. So people, vote for me. We have announced it.
Okay.
So people, vote for me.
Okay.
That is not going to happen in the state of Tamil Nadu.
Madhuvanti, okay, Mr. Saravanan, I have a couple of minutes. I'll bring in the other two panelists as well. Madhuvanti, as the DMK, of course, with no direct response to the question of the Prime Minister will face, however, say that people don't have to vote for the BJP because they haven't done anything. The Prime Minister hasn't done anything for the people of Tamil Nadu is the charge.
Sir, I can only laugh at the ignorance, and I can only I can see the rattling increasing as the voice increases. So I do not have anything more to comment. The people of Tamil Nadu and the people of this country, because Tamil Nadu is an integral part of this country. Tamil Nadu is not some separate country for which you have to bring in separate schemes. Every single scheme that has brought in for every state of this country has benefited Tamil Nadu as well, in fact, even more. So having said that, the people of Tamil Nadu know who their vote is going to be for. And let's wait and watch. And come June 4th, I'm sure we will have a discussion. And before that also, we will have many discussions and we will keep seeing what is going to happen. Let the best win. And I'm not going to sit and try and argue with ignorant people who claim that the BJP has done nothing for this country in 10 years. The people of this country know, sir. And I rest my case there.
Okay, Dr. Laksman, if you could bring your perspective here, because there were from both the politicians here, I didn't get a clear-cut answer for this. That will the people of Tamil Nadu really look at a personality in terms of a prime ministerial candidate, because the announcement has happened from the BJP? Will that really make any sort of a difference with the India Alliance not having decided? Does this really play on the minds of the voters in Tamil Nadu? Put that into perspective for us.
Look, Deepak, if you look at the historical record of Tamil Nadu, they are very comfortable, the voters are very comfortable with having their chief ministers, whether DMK or AIADMK, representing their interests in the central government. In that sense, Tamil Nadu actually embodies the very the intended spirit of constitutionalism and federalism, and how, even if the discussion can get quite sharp and acerbic sometimes, state governments have to negotiate with central governments have to face them and also, talk to them about share of resources and so forth. So Tamil Nadu people are quite comfortable with that. It is a state with its own distinct regional politics, language, etc. So I don't think the people are hung up about sending a candidate from their midst to be the prime minister. If you're talking about the psychology of the voter, I think they're very, very comfortable with having their chief ministers or the leaders of their major parties be one among a coalition government, or even be a part of an alliance, I would say, which can then petition for the interests of the state to be represented once the election is over and the government is formed. So on that count, definitely not.
Okay.
I think the bigger question
Dr.
here
Laksman, the reason I ask is because in multiple states there is a little bit of differentiation of how people vote for Assembly and Lok Sabha. But very quickly, before I allow you to complete, I believe Mr. Annamala is speaking live. I'll just come back very quickly. We'll just dip in. Okay, he seems to have just ended what he was saying. We'll go back to that. Dr. Laksman, go ahead.
Yeah, what I was saying is that the deeper question, which leaves something for June 4th, which is maybe there's a small element of doubt, is how much are maybe the younger voters going to be swayed by this image of the prime minister, in terms of it is a presidential style of politics. He's seen as a person at least who has projected his own message of being anti-corruption. But again, there too, I would say that the Tamil people, or the people of Tamil Nadu, are extremely astute in terms of the big questions. So if you talk about corruption, they will ask you about what is the relationship with Adani and Ambani. So they're not taking it at face value. Definitely, I concede that Tamil Nadu has been a state where on all sides you have seen corruption maybe at the higher levels of government, but it's also been a state that has delivered public services to the common man and woman on the street. And I think that is the equation that the Tamil voters are comfortable with. They don't have a problem with, the kind of centralized leadership that you've seen in the state, but they care very much about good governance. And they have had a very rich experience of good governance on both sides of the aisle, whether DMK or DMK, over the minute, I would say half a century. Yeah. So you're talking about a highly, informed, curious and knowledgeable set of voters who will not just be voting willy-nilly based on hype. I did mention hype earlier, but I want to clarify that I don't think that hype is really going to fly in this election.
Right, Dr. Laksman, and also thanking, Mr. Saravanan and Madhuvanti as well. Well, the intent is very clear from the BJP from the word go, that they want to make inroads as much as possible in Tamil Nadu. We saw that during the assembly elections. We are seeing that in the Lok Sabha elections. How much of an impact will that intent really have in the minds of the voters? That's the biggest question. I'm going to leave it to our viewers, of course, to decide based on the perspective our panelists put forth.